COCYTUS. Bugman. Free unit from the collab. This is the last showcase of an individual unit. If you missed all the other ones, you can go check on the channel. He is, again, the free unit, so he will work basically the same, or I guess in a very similar way, to free units of other collabs we've had, where his passive is PvE only, does not work on Demonic Beast, and unlike Kizuna, which I think is the gold standard of these free units, he's a little specific, and I think he can be very good, but demonstrating how good he will be right now is not very easy. So the more interesting thing about him, I thought when we saw his kit, is that every time he does a skill and does damage, keep in mind, he actually, or I don't think, for his relic, I don't know if he has to actually do damage. I think he just has to use a skill. But he applies a buff to all allies that increases all stats by 10% for 2 turns. I was hoping maybe if you can spam like 3 cards in a row, it would be 3 buffs, but no, it does not stack. It's only 1 buff of 10%. A bit of a bummer. His passive is that when he uses a skill and damages an enemy, this one has to actually damage, he removes all debuffs from allies, and for each debuff, he gives a buff of 8% max HP for 3 turns. If you have, 3 units, the usual, and each unit has 1 debuff, he will actually count not as just 1 debuff per ally and just 1 buff will be given to each. No, it's 3 debuffs, he's cleansing, each ally gets 3 buffs of 8%. The only true places where this guy is usable are final bosses in which this can actually be applicable. That means, this will actually be better than just, using something else. Or guild boss, where the same can be said. Very, very specific character, unlike, Kizuna, where you could just plop her anywhere where you want to do like a fast run, and she's buffing your team so goddamn much, you're just killing everything. I'm gonna try to make it, at least show what he can do. So the first thing I thought to try is Belmoth, because I thought, maybe he can be a good replacement for that girl that cleanses, right? But the problem is, so this card is ranged. It does not do damage to Belmoth. I will use it just to, use it as a point, but you will see it doesn't proc his passive. It will proc the relic, but not his passive. And it does not, in fact, cleanse the ally. So our units will be cleansed. Boom, and we got the buffs. You will notice that the allies here did not get cleansed. Passives that cleanse do not work for, another player. A card that cleanses does. But, so again, this is a ranged card, so it doesn't work on Belmoth. We unfortunately cannot use that in this turn. It's just not a good, unfortunately not a good replacement for Belmoth whatsoever. I would not use him at all. Not a good replacement for cleansing, not a good replacement for anything, honestly. And I don't know if you noticed, but I don't think, he doesn't even proc Tonar's relic. Or sorry, Tonar's passive. He doesn't even proc. Is it a relic? It's a relic, right? He doesn't even proc Tonar. The extra attack related stat buff that Tonar gives for cleansing only works with cards. So, again, not good. Unfortunately, he will not be useful for Belmoth whatsoever. But, I guess it is what it is. I didn't even kill because I didn't even have another Friggy for him. I just had another long range card. Oh, now I can. Oh well. I'm just gonna one shot. Oh! The single target doesn't do much. The AoE is what does a lot. Hey, if we manage to attack before Might be able to see another cleanse here. But again, the cleanse... Alright, it's gonna kill. It's just HP. The cleanse is just HP. So, it only really matters on activities that give you points for having high HP. So, final boss, guild boss. I'll be real honest. I don't want to do this. As much as you don't want to watch it. But... Oh, I think I loaded into the wrong final boss. I'll still try... I'll still continue. I meant to load into the other one that looks like a crab. They all look like crabs. Yeah, this one's only the little picture looks like a crab. The actual model. I mean, a little crabby. It's a little crabby. Oh, but it's perfect. So we get to see the passive working here. I'm gonna do this right here. So get us a Camilla's transformation next turn. Boom. We got all the buffs. Like I said, it doesn't have to be, 5 buffs per ally. We just need, 5 buffs in total for him to max out the passes. So it's not too bad. Getting the full stacks is really not that bad. That's where my compliments end. Nah, but I don't know. He's just way too specific, I feel like. I would have liked if he was a little less specific, you know? I'm not saying that the all stats buff should stack. Wait, does it stack? No, that was from Freyr. I was about to say. I was getting a little confused there. Let's do a card here. I'll combine these. I'm gonna wait to be able to cleanse one more time after he debuffs, so we don't, end the stage without any of the buffs, right? The all stats buff, it only lasts 2 turns. I think it should stack. Oh, he didn't debuff. Oh no. It's fine. I'll cleanse what we have now, and then next turn we'll get the rest. I'm just worried about Camilla's transformation. So we need to end it while we're still, getting those buffs from her. It's gonna be a lot of HP though. I'm gonna check the HP before we're done. Alright, this is gonna be maxed out buffs this time, so that's good. Let me check now. So we're at 900k with Nashi there. 1 million Freyr. I mean, we're gonna be... If I check... I have to kill. If I check again, we're just gonna have lower HP and have lower score, but... it's gonna be a lot of HP. Is it gonna be the best score ever? Unlikely. But we try our best. Was Camilla passive even working? I am trying to think, like, we had buffs, but I feel like COCYTUS' buffs were replacing Camilla's. Am I tripping? I feel like they were. I'm gonna rerun this real quick and then take a look at it again. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 of his cards. So this should be 4 buffs for everyone. We're gonna ult of Camilla, and then we're gonna do 2 Nanashi cards. So we should, in theory, have 6 HP buffs. We don't. have 6 HP buffs. Because one is from Nanashi. Like, one is from Nanashi, right? Nanashi here has 5. There is a cap of 5 buffs. Let's take a look. 20, 8, 8, 8, 12, 12. So 20 is from Nanashi. There is a cap. So let's do just one card from him. It's gonna cleanse everybody. Yeah, Camilla and COCYTUS don't stack. Now he removed my buff so I can check which one stayed, but I'm pretty sure, you know, the highest should stay, right? They don't stack, so you can't use them together. So he's not optimal for Guild Boss. You're not gonna use him on Guild Boss if you have Camilla. It's funny because Camilla is in this banner, by the way. Camilla is literally in the banner. So if you pull Camilla, there is 0 reason why you would ever use COCYTUS on Guild Boss. You have the better version. Like, Camilla is just a better version of him because she gives 12% and he gives 8. Very unfortunate, honestly. Very, very unfortunate. So the only thing that leaves him in any way usable is hopium that he's going to be somewhat good or like better than the alternatives for final boss. So next final boss, we'll see. There's a good chance Mikasa, you know, was the same thing. You know, Mikasa, she wasn't really good for anything, but she was good for final boss, and she is really good for final boss. So I guess there is hope, right? That he's going to be good for that, but that's about it. Again, golden standard Kizuna has not been met since, and hopefully next collab she will.